from very long, we are saying this. There is one fruit which is exceptionally, you can have it when it is not fully ripened one. That's unripened fruit. So Belfal is the exceptional fruit which you can have when it is unripened. And if it is a fully ripened one, definitely it will give you the problem. So jitna kacha utna acha. So that's about the Belfal. If you get this fruit, if it is fully ripened one, then you're going to have the challenges. What challenges? All sort of challenges. So you only consume this fruit when this is unripened one, not fully ripe. So let's understand about this fruit a bit. So Belfal is a favorite fruit of goddess Lakshmi, and the leaves is been offered to the Lord Shiva. But have heard these lines in a shlokas in Sri Suktam. Aditya varne tapasodhi jato vanaspati vrukshoda bilvaha. So this is the same fruit that we are talking here. So the quality of this fruit is tikshna, snigdha, sangrahi, deepana, absorbent, dry, improves digestion, and good quality of pitta. So when we say the increasing of pitta, some people think only about acidity. No. So here, when we talk about the pitta, it's your good agni. It has a relation with the pitta. Agni has a relation with the pitta. So it improves your digestion. It improves your appetite. In short, you can understand like this. It's a tikshna in nature. When you consume it, you feel quality will be like you consuming the pan, bitter leaf. The same tikshnata you will feel while you consume this. It's snigdha in nature. It's a lubricating in nature. Okay. It it improves your agni. It's whole your stool. So now you tell me, when you already have constipation, here that will going to be useful, or when you have diarrhea, then this fruit will going to be useful. When there is a loose motion, this fruit will help because it has the holding quality. You only can tell better. This fruit has the holding qualities. So when do you think this will be useful? In the constipation or when you have the diarrhea? Okay, Arpita ji says not recommended constipation, right? And there are different types of constipation as well. So diarrhea, yes. In loose motion. In loose motion, this will going to help. Why? Because it's a grahi in nature. It has a holding capacity. But it also improves your agni, that is digestive fire. It's a katu tikta kasha in nature. That means because it's a dry in nature, definitely it has a katu tikta kasha property. So what is the katu tikta kasha? It is the taste of the fruit. Means it is pungent, bitter, and astringent. That is called as katu, tikta, and kasha. It's a pungent, bitter, and astringent in taste. It's a hot in potency and katu vipak. So katu vipak means if it is katu in nature, then definitely it will has a holding property. It balances the vata and kapha. So what is a vata and kapha balancing? Let's say if some people have, like myself, had a dryness in the body, and also there is a coldness as well. Dryness and coldness both together. So vata is, there is a 80 type of diseases when we talk about a vata. And when we talk about the kapha, there are 20 type of diseases. So this one fruit can helpful in 100 types of diseases. The mixture of vata and kapha sort of diseases. So this helps in vata kapha health challenges. Dosage that you consume, that is 1 to 2 grams when you consume in a churn form. When you do not have the availability in the fresh swaras of the patra, that is leaf juice, that is 20 to 20 ml with respect of the health condition. So hope that is clear. This fruit is a pungent, bitter, and astringent in taste, hot in potency. It creates, it's a grahi in nature. It hold your stool. So when they already there is a constipation, it will give you in more into trouble. It can form you the toxicity in your body. Why? Because the mala itself has the quality of like bad, or the bad quality is had. It has. And it again, let's say if it is getting reabsorbed, if your stool is getting reabsorbed, then it will give you more trouble. And this mostly happen in the winter season. And that's why in winter, we do not suggest to consume pungent, bitter, and astringent in taste. And same goes with the Belfal. So you shouldn't be consuming Belfal in the winter season. Let's understand when Belfal is useful. In nerve pain, in insomnia, a brain is hyperactive. This is mostly been seen with respect of Vata Prakriti and Vata Pitta Prakriti. Same. Brain related problem, bleeding piles problem, loose motion, children who appetite is low. In children, because which dosha is more in children's? You can consider the age till 18, 16 or 18 years of age. Which challenges mostly kids get? Cough and cold? Yes, cough related problem. So when in children whose appetite is less because of the maybe the worms, this is also the worm killer. So that time this can be given. pain in the stomach. Okay, it works best as the heart tonic. It improves your rasa dhatu, because if improves your agni, definitely it will improve your rasa dhatu, because the rasa dhatu is also, good rasa dhatu is indication of your good hormones. There is no hormonal imbalance if the rasa dhatu is good. That is your digestive juices. You can consider that way. The bone marrow related problem, increase the good hemoglobin in the body. So good quality of blood, because if rasa dhatu is good, the rakta will be of good quality. If you have fearful nature, then this will be useful. Diabetes condition, kidney related problem, swelling on the body, female reproductive related issue, fever, eye problem, in act of the Meda dhatu. So in act of the Meda dhatu, what is a Meda? That's your fat. Again, it's a hypoglycemic, cardiac stimulant, antiviral, antibacterial, anti-diarrhea, antifungal. Okay, all this you can just go through. As I've said, it's good for the intestinal worms. Why? Because it is hot in potency. It is a because sweet will increase the worms in the body, and something which is bitter, astringent, pungent in taste will reduce the worms from your body. So which one, again, the revision is there. So which herbs or which thing is most useful for the dewormation, to fight against the worms in the body. So which is the herb is used to get rid of worms? The best, I would say. So there are like hundreds of things out there, including the papaya seeds, including Belfal. But when it talk about, okay, not a name, okay, it's a Vidangaso, you get in the market. So that's the best thing that you can have when you want to get rid of worms. So in India, at least once in a 6 month is suggested. You already have it, Narinji, I guess. So once in a 6 month is suggested. Why? Because in India, the weather is such where the worms get aggravated, vata generating the atmosphere that we have. And same it goes with the old age people. So why though, like, old age people do not get the hunger, the appetite? Vidang also, vidang is one of the herb you get in the market very easily. बंसारी के पास जाओगे आपको मिल जाएगा, or you get vidang also in the market. So it helps to get rid of worms. Yes, Monica ji, right. So low digestive fire, this mostly the old people get. But why this old people get low appetite? So most of there is pitta is low. Definitely. Pitta is low. Why? Because vata is more. That's why they get pain, right? In the old age. If you just uh, squeeze their body, definitely they get burp. So why this is happening? Because of increasing the vata. Same that is has a direct relation with the worms. If the worms is more in the body, definitely the digestion will be less. That's where the Belfal can also be consumed in the form of candy. If the person is non-diabetic, definitely those who people follow Dincharya, Rutucharya, Patya, Apatya, they don't get diabetic. And the candy is fine. Okay, the candy is fine. This will get rid of the worms. But I'd have said for the worms, definitely you have to go in the juice form or in the form of powder churan. That could be useful. So that was what is the like that this was the benefit you get of the Belfal, but it's contraindicated when you use in excess. Like the bowel movement won't get cleared if you consume in excess. So just remember one thing: whenever you have the constipation, the season, mostly this you will see in the spring season and early spring season, late winter, the winter season, you do not have the Belfal, because already there is a it's a holding capacity is good. Again, if you consume it, you'll be in the trouble. Reabsorption will happen and it will impures your blood and it will increase the pitta in your body. So do not consume it when you already have good bowel movement. So in IBS like condition is a best friend. In Vataj IBS, in Kafaj IBS, not IBS because of the Pitta condition, because it's hot in potency. So here is a question. Why we consume Belfur in the summer season? If it is hot, it's hot in potency, it's well hot in potency. It's not even a mild. But why do we consume this in the summer season? So when we consume this with the mishri or the desi khand, not a sugar, it reduces the excess pitta, the heat from the Belfal, or the consuming of the Belfal candy. If you mix it along with the good quality of sugar, definitely it helps to reduce the heat from this, and which keeping the quality of the pitta, good pitta. So it improves your agni. Since in summer season the agni is low, and the food that you will, it will get properly digested. And that's where the Belfal is useful. So again, the constipation is contraindicated. Now useful like a ripened one. Let's talk about the quality of this. First, we have to talk about the unripened one, which we have to consume, and the second that is unripened one, which we shouldn't be consumed. First, it's heavy to digest, difficult to digest, aggravate all three doshas, vata, pitta, kapha. So it is very bad. Produces of the small foul smell of lotus when you consume it, cause slightly burning sensation, causes constipation, useful in diarrhea and dysentery. Again, if you want to use this, definitely you use the previous one because it has the same quality. It again can helpful for the diarrhea condition and dysentery. But again, your first priority will be the unripened one. The rasa again is a Katur Tikta Kashaya, same. Vipak is Katu. Again, it's hot, may cause the imbalance of three doshas, especially Vata. It will increase more Vata first and rest of the Pitta and Kapha. So it's very bad in quality. Better you avoid this. Any form of chutney or anything with a ripened Belfal. Now let's talk about the Belfal leaves. It treated headache. Its leaves are mixed with the lukewarm water, ground it properly, paste it, and applied over the forehead. Okay, so the headache with respect of the heat in the summer, this will be helpful. Conjunctivitis, it paste is applied gently over the eyelids because that give the cooling effect. If you want to consume the orally, if you talk about the leaves, straight juice extracted advised in a dose of 10 ml once or twice a day before food for colic pain or IBS. 10 ml once or twice a day. So before meal, if you take, see, okay, again, the taste is there. When we consume something, mostly I would say the 90% of cases, herbs or medication before the meal, when we have the problem. So let me just give you some hint before we sort of problem that we have. Below the navel, above the navel, somewhere in navel. So when we consume the food items like herbs or spices separately, when we have the below navel problems, 90% cases. That's what we are learning, right? We should know like when we consume the herbs and why we consume some certain herbs. If we have a below navel problem, including your gut health, then we should consume the herbs before the meal or after the meal, or in between the meals. So people said after food, empty stomach, before the meal. Okay, Radhika Joshi ji, before the meal, empty stomach. Empty stomach means yes, before the meal. Somebody says after. Yes, it is before the meal. But if you have above navel problems, that is after the meal. If you have problems in between your meals, let's say you have problem formation of the stool, there is not proper formation of stool is happening. The vata is not working properly. Pran, Vyan, Apan, Udan, Saman. So when the vata is not properly forming in the navel region, which is responsible of formation of the stool in a banana shape, then what we do is we consume the herbs and the medication in between the meals. There is no other option. That's what the thing works. That's how the thing works. With the help of Surya Namaskar, other asanas, you can release the Apana Vata. Or maybe you try to balance all the Vata in the body. But if you want to specifically heat certain Vata type in your body, you have to consume the herbs in between the meal, specifically the Belfal Churan. If we want to form the right formation of the stool, that's where we consume the Belfal in between the meals. When you consume the medication, whatever consume you before the meal, that impacts on your head, ENT area. Whatever consume you go before the bed, that impacts on your head. So let's say this is your stomach. We are creating the three different levels. That's first, second, third. If you have a problem below the navel, including your digestive issues, you consume the herbs which is recommended to you 90% of cases when you don't know before your meal. That is empty stomach. When you have the problem above the navel, you consume the medications mostly after your meal. When you have problem right for like at a navel problem itself, you consume the medication in between of your meals. So when you have the problem, your head, specifically ENT area, then you specifically consuming the herbs before you going to bed or the evening time, I would say. That impacts on mostly the upper region. Then you have the problem with respect of not having the proper formation of the stool. That's the specifically that we are talking about the Belfal. You can consider, let's say the Samana Vata is like bad, like it's not Saman Vata is responsible to make your food separation. Like it gives the separation of your food. What is good for you? What is bad for you? The separation is that is a problem. You consume the herbs in between of your meal. Let's say you had two chapatis, then you have your herbs, then you have the rice. This is how it becomes. Is that clear? Okay, this happens like I would say 90% of cases. This is how it's suggested. And its leaves, how you can use this. Decoction is prepared by boiling the 20 grams of leaves in 2 cups of water. Boil and reduce it to 1 cup and filter and consume lukewarm. This is again before the meal. You either can do this or that. This is in our condition. Okay, when there is a condition of like pain or the IBS. Mostly in Pitta related IBS, the leaves will be useful instead of fruit. So this is it for today. Hope you got the insights about the Belfal. Now, if you have any question, I'm happy to answer. You can raise your hand or maybe you people can unmute yourself. You have the access.
So I want to know the preparation of the juice of the fruit of the bale fruit.
Bale fruit preparation, if you want, you just take the raw one. It has
Yes,
some lumpy, right? You just take it
yes,
along with, you add some water in it.
yes.
You can just get it into like you can add some like if you're non-diabetic, then you can have the sugar. In sugar, when we say sugar, that means desi
Mishri.
khand or the yeah, desi khand or mishri. Mishri will be the best. That's
Yes,
the first preference. If it is
yeah,
it's of the good quality.
yes.
And then you can just start with along 20 or 30 ml of juice. Okay. Like yes, after like mixing it the mixture properly, then you can consume it directly. It's a simple way
Okay.
of the way of preparation.
You have to strain it and have it.
Yeah, you can just filter it. That's it.
Yeah, I have the bale fruit right in front of me.
Okay. So yeah, you definitely, but the time is there. You can consume it somewhere in the morning time. That will be the
Yes.
best time to
Okay.
consume, or even in the evening time, somewhere around at 4. No
Okay.
problem.
Okay.
So,
Thank you, sir.
yeah, Belfal doesn't have much issues. Even you consume at night, but that's where you eat food, right? In the somewhere at
Right.
around 7 or 7:30, or maybe before the sunset. So that's where you can have it, so that you can have proper appetite by the time you consume the food.
Right.
So
Thank
better
you,
you
sir.
not consume in the after sunset. Any fruit.
Morning better. Morning
Morning is the
better.
best time. Yes.
Yeah.
Uh,
Thank
once
you, sir.
you once you clear your bowel movement, that's very important
Yes. Yes.
because as I said, it's a grahi in nature.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Belfur used for the treatment of diabetes. The form of same in the form of juice can be consumed 20 or 30 ml sweetened. And it depends upon which diabetic condition it is. It is because of the vata or is it because of the kapha? Both condition will be useful. And unmute. Okay. Ripened bale is not good. Uh, then should not be eaten. When is okay to eat ripened one? Ripen is never is it shouldn't be eaten anyway. The unripened one is the preference. That's it. Okay.
Ankur, last year, actually, we have our own baleful tree in our farm. So I'm very much fond of this fruit. Last year, I was having on a daily basis, I was taking the fruit with jaggery too much. And really, with this session, I'm disappointed. And how can we take this unripened one?
Okay. So what happened when you consumed it?
I think after that only I got this all joint pain and all increase of vata.
Okay. So okay, that was never told by you, I guess. Okay.
I didn't know this about this.
Okay. So you got enlightened again.
I
You're
got
still
disappointed.
okay, disappointed, not enlightened. Okay. So the
How can
jaggeries,
we
yeah.
take unripened one?
So jaggery is already hot in potency, right? And again, if you consume along with this, yeah, again, that could be the reason of the skin issues,
Okay.
not because of the baleful, but because of the jaggery. Jaggery is already hot in potency. Jaggery powder is cold in potency. And consuming new jaggery will definitely cause the skin issues. So when we talk about the unripened one, so definitely you can just, उसमें भी थोड़ा ना, it is again the sticky in nature. You just peel it off properly and you take it in the mixer directly and just boil it. If you just wanted to go with a powder formation, then you have to properly sunlight, like put under the sunlight, and then you can make it in the powder form. You just have to cut in the proper way, put it in the sunlight, mix this dry, and form into the powder form. Powder form, again, if you consume it, depends upon the prakriti again. Since it is hot in potency, pitta wants to consume, they have to consume with a ghee in between the meals. Vata can go directly. Kapha also can go directly. But again, it's a ruksha in nature. So Vata also may need ghee consumption. Okay, so yeah, this is how you can prepare.
It can be taken only in the form of powder, right?
Powder or juice. As I said, powder is could be available throughout the year. You can make this available throughout the year. So as a diarrhea, for the diarrhea as well, we have suggested to consume the powder of the Belfal along with the I would say the seed of the mango, the gutli that we called. So the powder of the same, like consuming in between the meals with honey. That's what the remedy is given for the diarrhea condition. So yeah, this way you can consume.
Okay, no, you can't have the unripened fruit directly, right?
Yeah, it's better not to consume directly. In the form of chutney, you can have, not a problem. But
Okay.
don't consume it without any adding anything in it. You can have some sugar along with it. Or maybe because you have to specify the pitta quality of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
When you add water and mishri, that's where it helps to reduce the pitta quality of it, the excess heat of it. And that's why it's available. Mostly like people sell over the like street as a form of juice.
Am I audible, sir?
You're audible.
Okay, sir, I have two questions regarding bail. One is like if we want to make a tea out of bail patra leaves, like simply put it in a water, then strain it and drink it. Is it advisable during the pregnancy?
So for pregnancy, it depends upon, see, it depends upon your prakriti. It depends upon what condition you have. Definitely in the pregnancy matter, we do not go generalized way. It depends upon
Okay,
in which month of like you're pregnant, what challenges you're facing and why you need to consume. That's one of the thing.
okay,
So if the why is clear, definitely we can go further. But if we don't know anything about the current condition, suggesting
Mhm.
anything would be a problem.
Okay. And suppose if I'm trying to get pregnant, then in that case it is recommended.
Yeah, so if you see that there is a miscarriage problem, so since it has a kashaya taste properties, so it will help to, give the strength to the vaginal area.
Okay,
So that's what, yeah. So that's how it works because it has a bitter, it has a kashaya qualities which helps to do it, to hold properly. But if it would be a in sour taste condition or the salty taste, definitely it will be a problematic.
okay,
Okay, so
okay,
better to have the proper for this. I would say not to go generalized way. Need to understand the body condition. Let's say if the what if the body is already dry in condition. So there are
yeah.
rest of the things are there which help in the this condition as well.
Okay, and same goes with the bale fruit also. Like in the same way, I'm asking for the like a tea made out of the bale patra leaf. Then same goes with the like bale fruit, like what you have explained for the unripened bale fruit. Like
Bale
can
fruit,
we consume it during the pregnancy?
bale fruit is form of juice. Bale
Hmm.
fall in the form of bale fall like the leaves in the form
Hmm.
of tea.
Tea.
So tea. So how the good way is to just first boil the water until it
Hmm.
get let's say if you're taking 150 ml of water and
Hmm.
you boil it until it gets 750 ml and then you
Hmm.
add leaves and just have some cover on it. And then
Okay.
you can consume this after 3 or 4 minutes. That is the
Okay.
second way, the best possible way you can consume it. But
Mm-hmm.
when we talk about the Belfal, then you can go with the juices. Not a problem. I would say 20-30. When you are consuming in the limit form, you don't have a constipation problem, severe vata related problem. If you do not have it, then
Hmm.
definitely you can consume it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Yeah. Maybe Swar Vigyan, I don't know how many of you have done it. So the best season for the pregnancy would be which one? You go with a Swar Vigyan to understand, like to plan to have baby. Yes, winter. But again, the best season after the winter, spring season is the best season, early spring season, and then the winter season. That's where you properly store your strength. If you're planning the, baby in the summer season, definitely that's the worst season. And the strength is also depend upon the season that people met. That's it. So yes, the second question with Monica ji. I'll just unmute you. You can go ahead.
So my question is not related to bail actually. I wanted to ask, is there any remedies in Ayurveda for the paralysis patients?
Paralysis. So paralysis
Yeah.
happens because of the Vata dosha imbalance. There is no remedy. There is a proper way of treatment. I would say it needs around 3 to 4 years to get properly treated, and it's late long terms of treatment. It has means it required, including your basti, including your oil body massage, proper nasya, everything
Panchkarma.
incorporated. Yeah, panchakarma, and also the karma that we can perform on the regular basis. Basically, the nasya is basically can be advised, but rest it required long term treatment, 3 to 4 years, I would say. Otherwise, there is no other option for it.
But there is a solution in Ayurveda for paralysis patients, for aged people.
That's what I said. The long term of
Mm.
treatment. It includes
Okay.
medication, it includes your diet, it includes the panchakarma. That's what I said. Even the condition it's such like in old age people, the panchakarma may not be suggested if there is not proper strength in the body, right? So that way we also have to check is that person is very like what level of treatment that we can give and the what level of relief we can give to the person. It depends upon the age factor as well.
Actually, both of my parents are in paralysis. My mother recovered little bit, but she's having after paralysis impacts. And when we visited an Ayurvedic doctor, he said you need to go to physiotherapy and chiropractic more instead of Ayurveda. There is no medicine for it. So that's why I was curious to know.
Okay, so it depends. See, it depends on if let's say every Ayurvedic doctor doesn't don't practice everything.
Yeah.
If somebody like let's say you go to the general physician, they might not have the panchakarma center for them. Or if they don't have the panchakarma center, definitely they may not recommend to some other doctor. Or
Yeah, but like she recovered from paralysis, but she's having after effect of paralysis on her body. Some symptoms which is like unbearable pain, jalan and all that in the body. Like his hands and all these things work, leg and hands, but pain she's not able to bear after effects of paralysis.
okay. So as I've said, even see if you are during the treatment or after the treatment, doesn't matter. When we
Hmm.
say Ayurveda is not going to hit you from all the angles. When I said pranayama, yoga, okay. When we talk about the Ayurveda, even the Vastu, let's say if the like majority people facing the same problem, there might be a problem with the Vastu. Anything
Okay.
could be happen. Let's say Ayurveda is a treatment, but from where the problem is coming, that we should find first. What is the cause of the problem?
And in case of accidental paralysis, like you met an accident and you hurt your spine, because of that you are paralyzed.
Definitely,
That can be cured.
that can be a problem. But why the accident happened? That again the problem statement.
Road accident. I mean, somebody
But
hit you.
why? But why with only with your parents? Now not with somebody.
Okay,
So that's
fine.
what we found like when there are generation as dying in the same family. What if there are like a one after other people having the same challenges in the family? So there are some other things as well, other aspect as well that we have to see why the problem is happening and why the person is suffering from very long. So that's where I guess last time, I don't know if you have like joined, we have covered the topic with medical astrology. So with medical astrology, we got to know that, okay, this person will going to have this problem in this age. And if that is not written in the medical astrology, then definitely some other occult practices are going on with that particular person with some respect of some other person is doing some occult practices with the family members. So all the aspects are required to see when we talk about certain conditions. If it's not written in your natal chart. Again, it's a like deep aspect, I would say. But yes, can be taken care of with the help of right routine, food, because food plays a very important role. Food habits. Let's say some people have habit of sleeping daytime or not sleeping early night, not waking up early from very long. This increases the vata more in the body. No matter what treatment you do, if these habits are there, consuming tea, this increases vata more. Consuming raw food, please check with this first. If these practices are there, definitely medicine will not work.
And those sessions of yours, one-on-one consultations, can I book that for my parents? But if they are not available, can I talk about that in this session?
I would say if you are taking care of their, because we have some people here who want to, because learning is the main thing here. We do not, learning and implementation, that's what we focus here in Arogini. If you are willing to learn and then implement on your parents, then, and if your parent are willing to practices those things, or if they, because some people are very stubborn after a certain age. If they are stubborn, definitely you can not do anything. I cannot do anything about it. That's it. If this thing can be implemented, then I would say yes. Otherwise, there is no use of doing it.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
It's very Belfal, the raw is very astringent taste.
Hmm.
That only I what I tasted.
Okay.
How can I make it and eat it? That's the only big question.
In the form of juice, in the form of candy, or if you preparing juice, don't fear to like add mishri in it. As I've said, it won't give you the problem if it is original one. So have it in the juice form, or have it as a
Okay.
candy form or the powder form. You can soak it, sun dry it, make it a powder form, consume along with the ghee. There are ways to
Okay.
consume it, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, fine. We can make it like a have it with the ghee. That is fine.
Yeah. Along with the ghee powder, you can. I mean, I just consume like, let's say, if you're consuming 2 to 3 grams, that's max you can consume. Okay, if you consume in the powder form, and
Okay.
along with the ghee and then hot water, then it will balance it.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Okay. Fine. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
You
Vishwa.
said this Belfal powder decreases Vata and Kapha, right?
Yeah, Belfal
And
including Belfal itself,
okay, unripened one.
unripened one.
Okay. It you told the dosage is 1 to 2 grams, right?
Yeah, 2 to 3 grams you can go with the powder form.
Okay. It is taken in between meals. That means you need to have a mouthful of food. Then you need to take this.
Yeah, means let's say you have had like 2 chapatis and now you're shifting towards rice. So
Okay.
that what we call in between. Again, the water also you consuming in between. That's the transition where you consume the water. That's a best time to start consuming water in between meals. So that's what it is.
No, I'm telling. Like in the afternoon, we will be taking a bowl of rice, right?
Huh.
In the midway of having the half bowl of rice, you can have this powder form. That that do you mean that is what you mean in between meals,
Can
or
you
in
please?
between first meal and second meal?
No. The same meal you're consuming. That's why I said you have, let's say, 2 chapatis and rice, and then you have this anything in your plate. You finish with your roti, and then you are having the belfal, then the rice.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. In between meals,
in
with the
between.
meals. Okay.
Yes.
And how many times a day?
So this is for somebody like who is going through the normal routine, like who wants to live without medication. This is for them to that is a compulsory to maintain your health in the summer season, not for the people who are already on some sort of medications. Okay. Any question? Any more questions? Yeah. So you can talk to the Dr. Akshay next time when you talk to him. Just mention this, like, can I consume the Belfal any form? Uh, with respect of the, yeah, with respect of current medications going on.